Hi, welcome back to Toadstool Tarot. If you like Marseille tarot decks or pip style card decks, you will love this one, I think. I first heard about this on another channel, Musings by Masha, and this is a kind of a hybrid deck. I don't generally collect playing cards, but this is sort of a cross between the a Marseille deck and a playing card deck. It is the Pike and Clover deck. It comes in a beautiful little tuck box. I don't generally like tuck boxes, but I really love this one. It is so pretty. That's the front. That is the back. Just really classy. That is the top. And here's the info on the bottom. This is out of the sides are blank. Just pattern. This is out of print, and I found a copy on eBay. I was lucky to find one affordable. Comes with a blank card. I'm not sure why. These are sort of playing card size, and this little bicycle card type sample with an autograph on the back by the creator of the deck. This was made by, where's my glasses? I can never remember the name of it. Ian Cumpsty in Cumbria, England. There are a couple of extra cards in the deck. It doesn't have major arcana because it's not a tarot, it's a playing card deck. But it does include a couple little extras like this, the Harlequin, which I suppose is a joker, but could be substituted and read as the Fool. Then you have the Player, which looks to me like it could substitute for Judgment. And we have the Trickster, which could be the Magician. So I'm not sure, if you're just playing cards, I guess those are like jokers, but if you want to use this for divinatory purposes, you might be able to substitute those three cards from the majors for it. Or what you might want to do is invest in one of these. It's a 22-sided die from the dice shop online in England. It's the only place I could find these, and you can get them in different colors. And it's got 22 sides, which is really unusual. And you can roll this, and if you know your 22 majors, that will determine your draw for your major cards. Or like I said, you could just use those three cards as, major pulls. So let's start. The nice thing about this deck that's different from reading with regular playing cards is the tarot suits clubs, swords, pentacles, and cups. Did I say that right? Sorry. Wands, swords, pentacles, and cups in playing cards are replaced with clubs, spades, hearts, and diamonds. Anyway, in this deck, they are a little bit different. You have the spades, which are the pikes, and the clubs are clovers. But so if you read like you do a Marseille deck, this is the swords or the pikes or the spades. I'm kind of muddling through this, but I think you get the idea. But they're illustrated very much like Marseille decks, and really handsomely done. I like and here, oftentimes on a two, no, I think it's usually the Two of Pentacles that has the name of the creator, but here we have the Two of Pikes, or rather swords or spades, has the creator's name on it. No, actually the location of where it was created. I am really kind of mucking through this, but I think you get the gist of it. The colors are pretty, the design is beautiful. I love the way that these can be read like a Marseille or Pip deck, and yet it's a playing card deck. It's really a quite handsome hybrid. Nicely illustrated, nicely done, well conceived. Now, of course, instead of the pages and knights that you usually have in a tarot deck, these are playing cards, so you only have the jack, which substitutes for both. But as you can see, they look very much like Marseille style cards, images. Here's the Queen of Spades, or Queen of Pikes, and the King of Spades. Next we have hearts, which would be cups. So there's the Ace of Hearts. And I like the way there's this little kind of like brick construction design on the hearts, which is curious. It's sort of like breaking down the walls to your heart, your feelings. I just think the colors and designs are really beautiful. Now, I haven't tried working with this yet, but then I'm still kind of learning how to use Marseille decks and Pip decks. I love the size of these cards. They're sort of, I guess it's poker-sized cards, and they're linen finish, which is really nice. Very, flexible, easy to shuffle, and the texture feels beautiful. But I just think this is sort of refreshing. Instead of, 10 cups, you have 10 hearts. And it sort of helps you make that transition easier, I think, between playing cards and Marseille or Pip decks. I just thought this deck was kind of a curiosity, but I really loved it. I looked it over, I thought, oh, do I need this? Do I want this? It's a little bit expensive, it's out of print, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. It's the only deck I know of this kind, that is a hybrid between these systems. Next we have the clubs, or in this case they're the clovers, or wands. And typical of wands, the wands are usually depicted with leaves on the wands. So, of course, we have this three-leaved clover. Because the club symbol, I don't know where that club symbol came from, but it looks like a clover. It might be interesting to do some research on and find out why they look like clubs. I mean, why they look like clovers, but they're called clubs. In tarot, you have wands, batons, staffs. I can sort of see the difference between that and a club in terms of like clubbing someone to death with a stick. But I don't really make the connection with this three-leaved plant. Maybe somebody out there knows. I'm not much of a researcher. I love the expressions on these. They're very similar to many traditional old Marseille decks with these kind of googly eyes, or eyes with bags under them. The royalty just sort of like being caught unawares, these candid shots and peculiar stately poses. Then we have what would be the Pentacles, which are the diamonds here. Beautiful. And these are predominantly yellow. Now here we go. This is the typical Two of Pentacles in a Marseille deck, and here in this playing card deck we have the name of the creator of the deck and the date. That's typical of Marseille. So I'm being a bit of a stumble bum in walking you through this deck, but I hope this will give you an idea what these cards are like, and you may be able to still track this down somewhere. I don't know if there's an intention to reprint the deck. But I just think this is a lovely little treasure to have. The only thing that would make it more perfect is if it had the majors and the pages and knights. But as I learn how to read the pips, the minors in Marseille decks, this will be a real good deck for me to practice with, I think. So there you have it, the Pike and Clover playing cards. Beautiful.